Steph Curry should be remembered as the man who changed basketball forever. The revolutionary who made the impossible seem routine, pulling up from 30 feet, turning before the shot dropped, and making entire defenses crumble under the pressure of a single dribble. For over a decade, he's been the embodiment of joy, skill, and precision. But today, that story has evolved into something darker and far more powerful. Because Steph Curry, at 37 years old, isn't just rewriting his own legacy, he's threatening to rewrite the entire NBA's. After years of building its empire around LeBron James, the league now faces a new reality. Its most dangerous player is back at full strength, and he's playing like he's 27 again. The NBA's worst nightmare has arrived, and its name is Steph Curry. For 20 years, the NBA has lived in a world built around one man, LeBron James. From television deals to highlight reels, the league's story was centered around his dominance. Every era had its chosen hero, and LeBron was supposed to carry that torch until the end. But quietly, in the background, there was always another figure, smaller, quieter, deadlier. Steph Curry didn't challenge LeBron with words or drama. He did it with wins. 4 championships, 2 MVPs, and an influence that completely changed how basketball is played. And now in 2026, he's doing it again. The league has tried to move past him, to usher in a new generation of faces. Luka, Tatum, Shai. But none of them can erase the man who redefined the game. And that's why the NBA is nervous. Because when Curry rises, everything around him, every narrative, every marketing plan, every legacy, starts to crumble. In 2025, Golden State looked like it had one last shot at glory. The ball was moving beautifully again. The chemistry was back. Steph was averaging numbers that didn't even look real for his age. But then the injuries hit. First Jimmy Butler, then Steph himself. What could have been a storybook season turned into heartbreak in the second round. For most franchises, that would have been the end, the closing chapter of a dynasty that once ruled the league. But not for Curry. He didn't retreat. He didn't fade into quiet retirement rumors. He went back to the gym, rebuilt his body, and turned that disappointment into motivation. Because for Steph, failure has always been fuel. Every time people write him off, he comes back sharper. And this time, he wasn't just aiming to win. He was preparing to terrify the league all over again. At 37 years old, Steph Curry looks nothing like the stereotype of an aging superstar. Most players his age are managing minutes, protecting joints, and avoiding back-to-backs. Steph? He's training like a rookie chasing his first contract. His longtime trainer, Brandon Payne, says Curry's explosiveness, reaction time, and balance are better now than at any point in his career. He's bulked up, stronger through the core, but hasn't lost a hint of his quickness. His jump shot, already the greatest in history, somehow looks smoother. His footwork, flawless. He's reading plays faster than anyone on the court, using experience as his advantage. He's learned to weaponize age. The more he slows the game down mentally, the faster it moves for everyone else. He's not supposed to be this good this late. But that's the problem. Steph Curry has made a career out of doing what's not supposed to be possible. There's a reason defenders still fear guarding Curry. It's not just the range, it's the chaos he creates. Every screen, every off-ball cut, every tiny hesitation pulls defenses apart. He doesn't even need to score to dominate. He controls rhythm, spacing, and energy like no one else in the sport. But now he's pairing that chaos with discipline. The wild genius of 2016 Curry has evolved into a calculated assassin. He doesn't just react, he predicts. He knows where help defenders are going before they do. His vision has become surgical, slicing through rotations with passes that look effortless. Steph has become a machine, one that blends intuition, math, and art. Watching him now feels like watching a master work in perfect rhythm. Every movement has purpose. Every possession feels like checkmate. The league thought his peak ended years ago, but somehow this might be his most dangerous form yet. If anyone doubted his greatness, they forgot about the summer of 2024. Team USA was struggling, chemistry issues, aging stars, uneven play. Then Steph Curry took over. He led them through adversity, hit clutch shots on the international stage, and walked away with Olympic gold and the MVP. It was a reminder that when the lights are brightest, there's still nobody better. He made international defenses look helpless, hitting threes from half court and smiling while doing it. That tournament wasn't just about patriotism. It was a message to the world and to the NBA. Steph Curry wasn't done, he was sharpening his blade. And when he came back to the league the next season, that same energy followed him. Confidence, control, and quiet dominance. He wasn't just back to play, he was back to win. Steph's brilliance has always needed structure. And this time, that structure arrived in the form of Jimmy Butler. The moment Butler joined Golden State, the entire culture shifted. Practices got tougher. The locker room got louder. Accountability returned. For the first time in years, Steph didn't have to be the only voice in the room. Butler brought the intensity, the discipline, the Heat culture, and Curry embraced it. The two might not seem like a natural fit, but on the court, they're a perfect balance. Jimmy brings the edge, Steph brings the magic. Together, they've built a Warriors team that blends experience with hunger. And for a league hoping the dynasty had died, that combination is a nightmare. Because when Curry's joy meets Butler's fire, there's no weakness left to exploit. The supporting cast isn't just filler, it's the foundation. Draymond Green, the emotional heartbeat of the dynasty, has rediscovered his rhythm, his defense, his leadership, his connection with Steph. It's all back. And then came Al Horford, the surprise addition that nobody saw coming. At nearly 40, Horford brings maturity, spacing, and poise. He's the kind of veteran who makes every lineup smarter. The chemistry between these veterans is seamless. They know when to speak, when to lead, when to trust Steph's instincts. And that's what makes this version of the Warriors so dangerous. It's not just about one player anymore. It's about a collective intelligence that only comes from experience. A roster of players who understand how to win when it matters most. But the true sign of a dynasty isn't its veterans. It's the next wave. Jonathan Kuminga has finally arrived. The 23-year-old spent years buried under expectations, waiting for his breakout moment. Now, he's seizing it. Explosive, confident, and efficient, Kuminga gives the Warriors something they haven't had since young Iguodala. A two-way athlete who can swing games on energy alone. Add in DeAnthony Melton, who turned Golden State into a 9-2 juggernaut when paired with Steph before his injury. And the depth is ridiculous. This isn't the tired, thin roster fans saw a few years ago. This is a team built to survive 82 games and thrive in the playoffs. And at the center of it all, the same smiling assassin still leads them, pulling strings, inspiring confidence, and hitting shots that defy logic. Across the NBA, teams have tried everything. Blitz him, trap him, switch him, double him at half court. None of it works anymore. Steph Curry has seen it all and found a counter for everything. The West may be full of challengers. The Nuggets with Jokic, OKC with Shai, Dallas with Luka, but none of them can outthink him in a 7-game series. In the East, it's even easier. The Celtics are broken without Tatum. The Pacers are wounded without Halliburton. And the Knicks rely too heavily on isolation. Every matchup favors Golden State if Curry stays healthy. Because when it comes down to IQ, precision, and execution, nobody controls the flow of a game like Steph. He's not just a player anymore. He's an inevitability. If Steph Curry wins his 5th championship, the ripple effect will be enormous. 5 rings, 1 more than LeBron. 3 of those directly at his expense. That's not coincidence. That's dominance. It forces the basketball world to rethink everything it's been told. The media machine, the chosen one narrative, the decades of comparison, all rewritten in an instant. Because when history looks back, the numbers won't lie. Steph changed the game more than anyone of his era. He won more efficiently, he inspired a generation, and he did it all without needing to be the loudest in the room. For a league that's tried to crown one face for 20 years, a 5th ring for Curry doesn't just challenge the system, it destroys it. Steph Curry isn't just the best shooter of all time. He's the man who redefined greatness itself. And that's it for today's video. Steph Curry isn't chasing respect anymore. He's chasing immortality. The NBA may try to protect its old stories, but Curry keeps writing new ones. Every deep three, every comeback, every quiet celebration is another reminder that greatness doesn't fade, it evolves. So what do you think? Can Steph Curry cement himself as the face of this entire era? Let me know in the comments below, drop a like if you enjoyed, and hit that subscribe button for more stories like this. Until next time.